On this episode of Off the Script, we're going to talk about the original plans for Mr. Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, that would have happened at the Royal Rumble going on into WrestleMania. Plans that make me happy that Roman Reigns is not involved in any current WWE storyline right now. Also, Big Cass in a scary situation at the House of Hardcore event that he was taking part in this weekend, suffers a seizure. I have additional new information on Big Cass and his status following that scary incident at the House of Hardcore event. All this on part 3 of episode 251, right here on Off the Script. Off this shitty fucking product by coming on here and speaking the fucking goddamn truth about this fucking filth.
And I can book a better show taking a fucking dump after eating my fucking Chipotle chorizo with extra cheese.
I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. Have I ever? Of course not.
WWE is great, man. Fuck you, Japan, and Kenny Omega, Okada. Johnny! Ooh, what is it, man? Can I suck your dick? Ooh, what is it, man?
Well, this is the #1 fucking podcast.
Right here on YouTube.com!
This is Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on Off the Script. It is Sunday, 251, part number 3. I didn't think I was going to get an episode up today, man, because I was looking at all the dirt sheets and the news and rumors that were circulating from Saturday into Sunday, and I didn't find anything substantial enough to come on here and do a podcast, but I'm going against my better judgment. I'm going to give you guys a podcast anyway, because I'm in the mood to complain and I'm in the mood to record. So thank you guys for joining me wherever you might be. If you guys missed part 1 and part 2 of this very podcast on Friday and Saturday, please go and check all that stuff out. Links will be in the annotation that you see in the top right corner of your screen. I know for a fact YouTube has been broken all weekend. I know for a fact it's been broken because if you're a content creator here on the platform and you aren't looking at your analytics on a daily basis about 17,000 times a day, then you aren't really a content creator that gives a shit. And I'm looking at the analytics compared to last weekend and comparing them to this weekend, and I know for a fact that YouTube is fucked up. Now, the only thing I can come up with is the fact that they added this new story, I guess, option on YouTube. It's like Instagram stories, but now you can do Instagram-like stories on YouTube. So, every time they introduce something new, it always fucks up the algorithm. It always fucks up, people getting, their videos in the subscription box. You never get notified of anything. People don't know that you're uploading a video, and everything is down. Comments, likes, views, everything is down from every creator across the board. So it's just another one of these random bullshit weekends with YouTube. So, like I mentioned, if you missed Off the Script, it's in the annotation that you see in the top right corner of your screen. I got big news, man. I got big news concerning House of Glory, and I got big news concerning myself. And I was just notified this as of maybe half an hour ago. We got Cutting Corners, Season 2. If you missed Season 2, Episode 1, we interviewed the beautiful Violet, one of House of Glory's most talented women on the female side of things in House of Glory. Go check that out. It is live on their channel as we speak, man. I did not push it because I honestly have been buried with so much other shit going on, and I want to make sure you guys get a chance to go see that. So it's live on their YouTube channel. So make sure you go in the search box and type in House of Glory. It'll be the first thing that pops up. We have another one going up on Wednesday. So it's still part of Season 2. It's going to be Episode 2, and we're going to be interviewing the Royal Masons, Alex and Charles Mason, one of the prominent tag teams in House of Glory. They are eyeing LAX for the House of Glory Tag Team Championships. That interview went almost 20 minutes, and it was just a great interview, man. They are so great at what they do, and yes, I was the brunt of many, I guess, cheap shots in that interview, but it's fantastic, and it came out great. I can't wait for you guys to see it. That's going up on Wednesday. But as of this coming Friday, I will be interviewing Impact female superstar Jordynne Grace. She just signed with Impact Wrestling in October of 2018, and I believe she's going to be one of the biggest things in all of female wrestling in the coming years, man. She was at All In. If you guys watched All In, that great spot with Brian Cage in that Battle Royal, man, the over-the-budget Battle Royal, she was in that, and she had one of the best moments, not only in the Battle Royal, but probably of the entire All In show. It was such a fun moment. So I'm definitely going to ask her about that. But if you guys have anything that you want me to add into the interview, I'm leaving you guys an open forum. If you guys want me to ask her anything, and please keep it professional. I know how some of you can be. Please keep it professional. Let me know what you guys would like me to seriously ask her, and maybe I would include, or will include, a question from you guys here on the interview that I'm going to be cutting on Friday with Jordynne Grace, Impact Wrestling superstar over there in the women's division, man. So that's exciting news there. It's probably the biggest interview that we've had on Cutting Corners so far, and that's going down on Friday. So I'm very excited about that. And then obviously HOG8, Hog8, the 8-year anniversary, that is taking place on Saturday. It's going to be a busy wrestling weekend no matter where you are, man. Final Battle's taking place. MLW's taping a bunch of shows in Miami. House of Glory's doing their thing. So it's going to be a busy wrestling weekend if you are a fan of what's going on right now on the independent circuit. I will be there. It's my 2-year anniversary. This is 2 years I've been with House of Glory, man. I absolutely love everything that the company's doing. I'm so proud to be in the position that I'm in, to be the voice of House of Glory, to be looked upon, to tell a story, and to just get my excitement across and help out everybody that's there, man. As you know, I don't really consider myself a big deal. I really don't. But it's very humbling when people look at me and they respect what I do and they respect the voice that I've built here and the business that I've built on this channel. And if I could help out in any way to help out some of the students there or some of the bigger known names there and get across their character and their story and what they're trying to do to further their position in this business, you know, I take great pride in that, man. I love everybody, all the hardworking men and women that are there. Everybody from the production crew, from Jason to you know, Dean and Brian XL for giving me a home in House of Glory and being part of so many memorable matches with Red and Gangone and everybody that they're bringing in and are going to continue to bring in, man. It's fucking crazy what's going to happen in the new year as we get closer to WrestleMania, man. So I'm excited about that. It's my 2-year anniversary with House of Glory, and it's going to be a big show. Shane Strickland is going to be there. He's challenging Anthony Gangone for the House of Glory World title. Sami Callihan's going to be there. He's defending the House of Glory Crown Jewel Championship. Plus surprises that I don't even know of that should be big. We have a House of Glory Women's Championship match. We have the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase in the house, and if he can get on the microphone and laugh, that would be a moment for me, because to me, he's got the greatest laugh in the history of the business. And he was one of my most favorite characters growing up, watching the WWF back in the day, man. But House of Glory, 2-year anniversary coming up. That's going to be exciting. HOGWrestling.net if you guys are going to be out in Queens next Saturday night. Should be a big night. I know for a fact my boy Jason Solomons is going to be there, and we may be calling another match together, man. I think I'm going to persuade him to get on the microphone with me and call another match, man. He's going to be my Corey Graves of the evening. I was going to say Byron Saxton, but I would never throw him under the bus like that because Byron Saxton's complete garbage. Or Renee Young. She's complete trash as well, but not her fault. Not her fault. I don't know how many people could do a good job if a 74-year-old senile old fuck is screaming in your headset. So I don't blame them whatsoever for that nauseating situation there on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. But SmackDown Live and Monday Night Raw is a different complete story. We're gonna start a new week with that. I don't expect that to get any better going on into TLC, but I don't even want to talk about that. We'll worry about that at the start of the new week, man. What I want you guys to worry about is the JD Club t-shirt. It is now dwindling down to the final hours. The holiday 2018 JD Club t-shirt, you guys have blown it out of the water, man. We've sold about 64 shirts. And you guys have till midnight tonight. Actually, a minute before midnight. You guys got to 11:59 p.m. And as soon as 12 o'clock hits, gone. So if you guys are not on board, if you guys did not get your shirts yet, you got to go get your shirts. Bonfire. We are sponsored here by Bonfire.com. They have graciously set up this campaign for me, and we blew it out of the water. If you guys want to be part of the JD Club, I know it's not the most original design, but I did it because everybody loved the Team JD design, and then I did it again in the gold foil. That was through Teespring. So I changed it up a little bit, and I changed it from Team JD with the logo that you see there to the JD Club. And we've had a great response to it, man. But this time, it is slightly different with the wording. And you guys got 5 different colors to choose from. Black, gray, blue, pink, and red. Go get yours today, man. I can't stress this enough. By the end of the night, it will be completely gone. And you will never have an opportunity to get this again until I say so. And it's not going to be anytime soon, man. So please make sure you guys go get your JD Club t-shirts on Bonfire.com. I want to shout out Griffin. I want to shout out Kedrick, you motherfucker, man. I knew you were going to get your t-shirt eventually. I'm happy to see that, man. We have Paul. We have Jamal. We have Fernando, Jamie, Dion, Nicholas, Shane, Giorgetti, Greg, Joseph, Josh times 2. We have Howard. We have Steven, John. We have, and one more I'm missing. Who was it? I think that was the rest of them, man. So all you guys, thank you so very much for all your support in getting your JD Club t-shirts. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Coupon code. I believe you guys can still use the Black Friday code. If not, you might have to settle for the 10%, man. BShop10. So try the code Black Friday for 35% off. Some people have told me that it's still active for some reason. So if it's not active, then you guys are going to have to settle for the 10% off. But barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys go and get your t-shirts for the holiday season. If you order, you are still eligible to get it before Christmas. But if you guys want to save money, try Black Friday. If not, you could always get some money off, 10% off, using the code BSHOP10 on all your purchases at barbershopwindow.com/offthescript, the official home of the Off the Script online store. 18 designs in total. The best podcast t-shirts in the game today, no matter who you are talking about, man. And as always, harrys.com/script, harrys.com/script, offering you guys a free trial shave set. You guys are going to get a colored razor blade handle, whatever you guys want, the blue, the orange, or the evergreen. If you guys want whatever color there, you have the option to choose. You're going to get a handle, color of your choice, blade. You're going to get a generous 2-ounce bottle of the shave gel that soothes, hydrates, and it smells fucking fantastic, man. And you guys are going to get a protective case as well for your blade to keep it nice and fresh. Even when you travel, you can take it with you when you travel, man. Harrys.com/script. They have over 600 engineers, chemists, scientists to get you the best blade using the best ingredients, man. I've been using it for over a year. You know, I've been mentioning that I've been using it for the majority of the year. If you go back to last year, beginning of the year, when we fully sponsored with, Harry's, I've been using it for the better part of a year now. So if you guys want to go and feel what I feel every single week that I use it, Harry's is the best shave of your life, man. I would never stamp my name to this. I would never promote something that you guys wouldn't use. Harry's is the real deal. Harrys.com/script for your free trial shave set. All you guys have to do is pay the shipping and handling. So make sure you go get your trial today. Also, Harry's is offering you guys $5 off a holiday gift set. You got 2 versions of that holiday gift set, $25 and $35. If you use our unique link, harrys.com/script, you guys can save $5 off that holiday gift set. You could get it for yourself, or obviously with the holidays coming up, Christmas, I'm the Grinch, it makes a great gift as well, man. harrys.com/script. We got the Raw Guinness World Record, man. If you don't like it, don't watch it award. Raw, lowest ratings 4 times in a single year. Will they beat their record for a 5th time going into tomorrow's Monday Night Raw, man. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to. I might have to get Salrex to change this motherfucker. Add a Guinness to that fucking graphic, and it would be 5 times in a single year, man. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not anticipating much on Monday Night Raw, but we all know for a fact that Monday Night Raw will probably be just as insufferable as it's been for the entire year of 2018. Thank you guys so very much. Let's get on with the small dose of news that I have here today for part 3. WWE's original plans for The Rock at the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Didn't I make this a headlining story on Off the Script several weeks ago? Didn't I tell you what exactly was going to happen when Roman Reigns was still on WWE television? And then he just miraculously disappeared. Leukemia announcement made, shocking the wrestling world, and here we are. Now we don't have any Dwayne Johnson plans at the Royal Rumble, or do we? I hope not. The Rock isn't in the WWE Hall of Fame just yet, but you never know what the WWE might do with The Rock being inducted into the Hall of Fame. If he's going to be at WrestleMania, he may be at the Hall of Fame. Rumors going around the reason why WWE moved TakeOver Brooklyn number 5 to Friday from Saturday is because they wanted to build the Hall of Fame around The Rock at Barclays Center for the Hall of Fame 2019. We don't have any concrete information on if that is the case, but as of right now, what I see is WWE not wanting to go up against the New Japan Ring of Honor show G1 Supercard. At this point in his career, he is enjoying a huge run as the biggest Hollywood box office draw in the world, and he really doesn't need to wrestle anymore at all. He's only going to come back if he wants to and misses the sport genuinely. On top of that, WWE is a very dangerous place to be if you are a Hollywood actor. Now, when he had his match against John Cena at WrestleMania many, many years ago, the production of Hercules was postponed because Dwayne Johnson tore his pec, and he tore it completely off the bone. So we have The Rock, since that situation, not wrestling a proper WWE match since. But apparently that might change, or at least was set to change, next year. Now, WrestleVotes. WrestleVotes has broken a number of stories in the past. They are one of the more reputable sources on Twitter. WrestleVotes reports that WWE's original plans for The Rock were for him to come in as a big surprise at the Royal Rumble and win the match. This would set up a huge WrestleMania main event between The Rock and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns' leukemia announcement was obviously something that changed all these plans. Thank fucking Christ. But if The Rock already has it on his schedule to compete at the Royal Rumble, you never know what might WWE will do, and the WWE might just at this point in time change Roman Reigns to Brock Lesnar and put Brock Lesnar in that role against The Rock. Now, WWE fans give the company a very hard time for having Brock Lesnar as a part-time champion, but is everybody going to utter the same complaints if The Rock comes back and wins the Universal Championship off of Brock Lesnar and holds it just for the sake of holding it? Now, WrestleVotes went on and said, and this was the tweet that they tweeted out, and I quote, "Rumble tidbit. Plan 1 was for Rock to win the Royal Rumble and face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That's obviously not happening. Can Rock still win it and face Lesnar? I guess. Depends on what kind of agreement Rock and WWE have. Once plans changed, Rock may have reconsidered." Now, there were reports several years ago that Vince McMahon mainly wanted The Rock versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and he wanted that match to happen very much. Will Vince McMahon still utter those same feelings going into 2019? I hope to fucking God, no. The Rock doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble. Please spare me The Rock winning the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is something that should be a catalyst for someone who needs it. The Royal Rumble is a match designed to get people who have flown under the radar for the majority of the year and give them a breakout moment, whether it be longest in the match withstanding, the most eliminations, and a possible unpredictable winner. Could be someone from NXT. It could be somebody that we don't really even have an eye on right now as a possible main event of WrestleMania. That could go to somebody who, again, has flown completely under the radar. Why would you book a Royal Rumble match to feature Dwayne Johnson and give him the Royal Rumble match? You're pretty much shitting on everybody that has worked all year to get into that match. They are wrestling for nothing, and all of their hard work is going to somebody who doesn't even bother to show up. In the worst case scenario, you're looking at The Rock, who's probably 15 times worse than what Brock Lesnar is, and we already have a part-time champion that doesn't fucking show up for whatever reason. There's nobody else to challenge him legitimately. He's got a UFC deal pending and a heavyweight title fight over there against John Jones or Daniel Cormier or whoever the fuck Dana White wants to put him against, and he doesn't want to risk injury. Who gives a shit? Seriously. And then you wonder why everybody shits on the fucking people who are currently on the main roster. Oh, WWE doesn't build new stars. Oh, WWE doesn't take the time to build new characters and build with the current roster that they have. There's no one important. They don't have the next Stone Cold or the next Rock or the next Undertaker, etc., etc. This is why. This is why. You look at this situation, and this is WWE again dipping into that nostalgia cookie jar, reaching for fucking crumbs. How is this going to benefit anything that's going on with television right now? You're going to disenfranchise everybody on that roster, and then you're going to have them come out and publicly say, well, Dwayne Johnson's great for WrestleMania. The more money that WrestleMania makes, the more money I make. Bullshit. Bullshit. I don't want to hear that tired excuse. If I'm a pro wrestler and I see Dwayne Johnson coming back right during Royal Rumble season all the way till WrestleMania, I'm pissed. Because that spot should be mine. Or at least I should be given an opportunity to make it mine. We don't need The Rock in a main event of WrestleMania for a Universal Championship. By the way, which is useless and worthless. Okay? I don't know what the fuck WWE thinks The Rock's going to do with the Universal Championship. It's going to be in the same vein that it's on Lesnar right now. Going nowhere. You need a champion on this show who's going to be on the show. I'm over it. Cut the shit. I don't want to see Rock and Lesnar. I don't want to see Rock and Reigns. I don't want to see Rock against anybody. Now, if you want to bring Rock and put him on Monday Night Raw and have him on Monday Night Raw semi-regularly, I don't see how this is a bad thing. The show fucking needs some type of fucking excitement, because right now, that show is nothing but a fucking 3-hour-long funeral. God awful. That show is curing insomnia week after week after week. You're also driving away the fucking audience because Vince McMahon refuses to put down the pen. But that's another fucking story. We complained about that all fucking weekend. The Rock does not need to win the Royal Rumble. Okay? I could think of fucking 16 other fucking guys off the top of my head that would benefit from winning the Royal Rumble. The Rock does not need the Royal Rumble. The Rock does not need to be in a Universal Championship match at WrestleMania. I don't give a fuck what these clowns on social media think. Well, it's good for business. Are you seeing any residual kickback from WWE making money during WrestleMania? Or are you just a blithering fucking idiot? It's about time we start building the fucking roster that you got now. And this is their grand plan. This was their grand plan with Roman Reigns if he was healthy. This is your great idea for WrestleMania. The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Man, I wonder what the fucking outcome would be with that one. You have to be fucking kidding me. I'm glad Reigns is not on fucking television. Has nothing to do with his leukemia. I'm glad that this is not happening. That would have been completely fucking insufferable. Insufferable. Another passing of the torch moment. For a guy that you put all your fucking eggs into, all the eggs in the Roman basket, broke and are destroyed. How many more eggs you gotta put in that basket? You already ruined the fucking program on a weekly basis because all you did was put all your efforts towards one guy. Where did it get you? This is where it fucking got you. It got you the ratings of Raw. 4 of the worst ratings in the history of this program. And I don't want to hear people tell me, well, JD, the reason why Raw's ratings are so bad is because Roman Reigns is not there. Braun Strowman is not there. Blow me. Get on your knees and blow me and tickle my balls at the same fucking time. You're a fucking idiot. Roman Reigns has nothing to do with the failing ratings. The ratings were failing when he was there. Braun Strowman has nothing to do with the failing ratings. Who the fuck is Braun Strowman? He was over. Right when he was battling Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, he was over. And then what did WWE do? Same old song and dance with Braun Strowman. And then what they do? They gave him the Money in the Bank. And then what they do? They turned him heel. Why'd they turn him heel? Because they put all the eggs in the Roman basket. Roman has no big heel to feud with. Let's turn Braun and let's feed Roman Braun. Then Roman's out, Braun's out. Now you got nobody. Now you got nobody. Good for you. Good for you. And Vince McMahon continues to want to write the show because he wants to see Monday Night Raw in a certain vision. I would rather be fucking blind than watch Vince McMahon's vision of Monday Night Raw. Cut the shit. If you want to do Rock versus Brock in a super match on the undercard, by all means, have a blast. But The Rock winning the Royal Rumble or The Rock winning the Universal Championship, oh my God, please, bleach my eyes, never to watch this product again. I can't even begin to tell you how fucking god-awful that all sounds. Yet there'll be a fucking idiot on social media. Oh, JD's a hater, man. JD sucks. JD's so negative about the product. You haven't seen anything yet. Fuck out of here, man. This is when WWE should be at their most creative. This is when they want to be their most cringe. And I know for a fact there'll be some fucking idiot out there who doesn't understand what I'm talking about. Listen, everything that I just uttered without one fucking stutter is 100% fucking fact. Okay? I have nothing against Joe NOI. God bless you. I hope you get better. But Roman Reigns, if this was the plan, my God, I'm glad that he's off television. Holy shit. Moving on here, man. Moving on here. Let's talk about Big Cass. Big Cass suffered a seizure at a House of Hardcore show that was a very, very, very scary situation. I got new information detailing the events surrounding Big Cass's seizure. Now, Big Cass was scheduled to take part in a House of Hardcore event on Saturday night. He had a seizure in the lobby of the old ECW arena. It was a very scary situation for anyone who witnessed it, and we are all legitimately concerned for Big Cass, man. Now, if you watched video on Twitter, or if you've seen pictures of the recent Big Cass, not C-A-S-S, it's C-A-Z-Z, because it's copyrighted by WWE. Big Cass, because C-A-Z-Z sounds completely fucking awful. Big Cass, he looked completely out of shape. And there were rumblings around the internet that he looked god-awful. And I heard rumors coming from all of this situation that he was planning on doing DDP yoga because he knew that he was out of shape. And the reason why he was out of shape was because I'm sure everything was just so insurmountable for him. He's only a fucking human being. You know, he got fired by WWE. He was dumped by Carmella. He lost his dream job. He was promised a big push, and then all of a sudden things changed. And now he's on the indie scene wrestling in front of fucking 100 people. Meanwhile, he's in SmackDown pay-per-views or SmackDown main events on WWE pay-per-views wrestling Daniel Bryan. That cannot sit well with him. So I'm sure, I would bank on it, that the guy was in some sort of minor depression after all that. I would bet for that to be the case. Now, I'm not a big fan of what Big Cass did in WWE, but this is a scary fucking situation, man. This is a very, very scary situation, and I hope for the best that he comes out 100%, uses this as a time to reflect, uses this as a time to get his body and his health where it needs to be and come back stronger than ever, if this is something that he wants to continue to do. Now, while the reason for Cast Seizure remains unclear, Brian Alvarez actually reported this on the Wrestling Observer Live, somewhere between when it happened and somewhere at the time of this recording, where he detailed what happened with a little bit better clarity, so we have a little bit more of an idea what took place. And this is what Alvarez says, and I quote, Big Cass was at a House of Hardcore event last night, and he was scheduled to do something later on in the evening. I don't know what he was going to do, but he came out for, I guess, the intermission to sell stuff, and he was walking out, he collapsed, fell face first, landed on his face, and had a seizure. Now, to stop what Alvarez was saying, because he's got a lot more to say, there was a video on it on Twitter that I seen. People actually were, I guess, surrounding Big Cass when this happened, or they were waiting in line to meet and greet him during intermission or buy a t-shirt. And when all of this scary shit happened, someone pulls out their fucking phone and begins to take video of this guy, helpless, having a seizure on the ECW arena floor. Now, A, that's a garbage person. That's a garbage person. You should have been part of the fucking help there instead of filming some fucking poor guy's situation like that. And B, I'm not surprised because everything ends up on social media and everything ends up on the internet. So it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. There would have been video of it that surfaced in the days to come anyway, but somebody immediately was hanging above him while he was having a seizure, and it looked fucking scary. It looked ridiculous. The simple fact that someone falls to the ground, has a seizure, and the first thing you want to do is pull out your fucking phone for 5-10 minutes of fame, internet fame. Garbage people. Alvarez continued, and I quote, they called medics, obviously. Tommy Dreamer was right there, and Tommy Dreamer got in the ring later and said, say a prayer for Big Cass. He said, it's not drug-related. He said it was a seizure. For people who were there, apparently, they put him on a stretcher, could not walk out on his own. They took him outside, and by the time he got to the outside, he was talking to people, thanking them for their concern, but obviously, they loaded him into the ambulance and took him to the hospital, so that's all we know right now. At this time, there are no medical updates on Big Cass's situation, but as soon as there is anything, I will definitely keep you posted next time we are live here on Off the Script. Tommy Dreamer came out and said that it's not drug-related. He said that he was with Big Cass the majority of the day leading up to, or the bell time of the House of Hardcore event, so he didn't see any funny business, but I'm assuming Tommy Dreamer back in the 90s working ECW, I'm sure that he was around God knows what in that locker room, and God knows what during that era, painkillers and drugs and cocaine and all that other shit that I'm sure the ECW locker room was fucking abusing. So for Tommy Dreamer to come out and say that, I'm glad that it's not drug-related, but as far as Big Cass goes, he was not looking like we last seen him in WWE. He looked completely out of shape. He looked like he should not even be in a wrestling ring, to be honest with you. So I'm hoping that he gets himself some help, he gets his situation right, and he goes to DDP, and he does some DDP yoga, and DDP has transformed the lives of so many people in this industry, man. Obviously, the biggest one being Jake the Snake and Scott Hall. So if that's what he wants to do, that's what he needs to do. And we only want to see him get better, man. Might not be a fan of Big Cass, but we don't want to see anybody go through that. And that's a scary situation, man. So any updates that I have on Big Cass, I will definitely let you know right here on Off the Script. Like I said, there's footage, view at your own risk. And I don't know what else to say, man. God bless him, and I hope he gets better. Now, Enzo actually tweeted about Big Cass's seizure. Big Cass and Enzo have been a tag team, and we know that there is reported heat between the both of them, but that doesn't mean that they don't care about each other's health and well-being. Enzo did express heat on Big Cass for not being able to finish their post-SummerSlam match due to his destroyed knee. Accidents happen. That's unfair of Enzo to blame that on Big Cass. Blame it on WWE for putting them in another match that really didn't need to happen. So I don't know why Enzo is going to maintain his anger towards Big Cass for something that was, or is, I should say, part of the situation when you get into a wrestling ring. Accidents happen. Shit happens. But when Big Cass went down with a seizure at the House of Hardcore show on Saturday night, things changed, and there doesn't seem to be any heat at the moment between them. Only concern. He didn't say much, but Enzo did tweet out, "To my heater," along with praying hands. That's what he said, "To my heater," and then he gave you the praying hands emoji. So obviously Enzo concerned as well about Big Cass and his situation following the seizure. Moving on here, man. We got news on... I mentioned the Asuka news, okay? There's news. There's still news coming through about how Vince McMahon was very surprised by the reaction to Asuka when Becky chose Charlotte for the Survivor Series match with Ronda Rousey. He went back to that moment, and he was surprised how people were still just genuinely supporting Asuka. So I don't know what that was about. We talked, it's still in the news. It's in my notes. It's still all over the fucking dirt sheets, even today. So we talked about that on part 2 of the podcast. Vince McMahon now pushing Asuka, and the reason why she's in the TLC match is because he was surprised by the huge reaction that she got on that go-home show for Survivor Series. Monday Night Raw. Let's switch back to Monday Night Raw. Heath Slater. Now, we all know that Heath Slater beat Rhino on Monday Night Raw last week. Don't remind me. And Rhino is now on his way to retirement. He is no longer an official employee of WWE Raw. Heath Slater won the match, so pretty much per storyline, he maintains his job. Baron Corbin came out and said, well, yeah, you get to keep your job, but I never said you could be an active in-ring competitor. And he threw him a referee shirt. So now, will Heath Slater referee his first match on Monday Night Raw? WWE teased this in the preview of Monday Night Raw, that Heath Slater was demoted from an active Raw superstar to a referee, and that he could be officiating his first match on Monday Night Raw this coming Monday. I would not be surprised. Slater officially begins his new career path, thanks to a cruel stipulation ordered by Raw General Manager-elect Baron Corbin. Heath Slater defeated Rhino to keep his job on the Red brand, leading to his firing. And Rhino departed Raw for the last time. Slater was approached by Corbin, who informed the saddened superstar. I don't know why he would be saddened. Oh, I guess I can. You're on Monday Night Raw. I mean, that should just really be the root of your sadness. And he said that he would remain on Team Red, but not as a superstar, only as a referee. Clearly, this didn't sit well with Heath Slater, but a job is a job. He's got kids. After all, will we see Slater officiate his first match on Raw? Yes. And we have an Alexa Bliss press conference on Monday Night Raw as well. I don't know why. I don't know the reason for Alexa Bliss being on television, but WWE loves her some Alexa Bliss. And they must think that the fans love Alexa Bliss, but I don't understand why Alexa Bliss is on fucking television. She adds nothing to the goddamn program. Nothing at all. And there is news on why Alexa Bliss is holding a press conference and why she continues to be on television on Monday Night Raw. Now, if you're a fan of Alexa Bliss, I guess this interests you, or this excites you for whatever reason. I don't know why. This excites you. Me, on the other hand, the way I'm looking at it is the show does not benefit at all from Alexa Bliss, no matter how many segments, wrestling or on the microphone. The show does not benefit at all with her being on the show. She is not that good. She may be a good character, she may be a good heel, but is she the type of heel that's going to maintain your attention on Monday Night Raw? The answer, quite simply, is no. No. People aren't watching Monday Night Raw to see what comes out of Alexa Bliss's mouth. They might watch Monday Night Raw to see what she puts in her mouth, but she's not going to be a character that is on Raw that's going to make you watch this show. She's not that type of character. She's good at what she does. She's a good character. She knows her character. She plays her character and her role properly. But other than that, Alexa Bliss is not a character that's going to make Monday Night Raw better if she's in the ring. And if she's off the show, she's not going to make Monday Night Raw any worse. So who is she? What does she exactly do for Monday Night Raw? What does she do for the women's division? Nothing. But WWE, somebody in WWE clearly needs an Alexa Bliss quota. Okay? So, she's done a lot. Multiple championships. Whatever. Deserve it or not, she's a multi-time Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. In fact, her role on WWE Raw has actually seemed to pick up. It seemed to pick up. Even though she's an active female wrestler, it seems to pick up now, even in injury. So, she's getting the type of treatment on television that many other women on the roster and in the division don't seem to have the opportunity to get when they're injured. But Alexa Bliss is hurt. She's suffering from multiple concussions. Let's give her a role on WWE Raw. Now, it all comes down to the fact that WWE loves Bliss so much that they don't want her character to lose relevance. Oh! So you don't want Bliss to lose relevance. That's great. That's great, but it's okay that Asuka lost relevance, though, right? It's okay that Bayley lost relevance coming up from NXT, right? It's okay that Sasha Banks, probably the best in-ring worker on Raw, lost relevance, right? How about Ember Moon, called up from NXT? Nothing. It's okay that she lost relevance, though, right? But we can't have Alexa Bliss lose relevance. Fuck out of it. It was okay to keep Becky away from the spotlight and have her lose relevance for 2 years. Right? This company is fucking retarded. God, I fucking hate this company. Really, when they do shit like this and I read shit like this. Who the fuck is she? Why is she any better than anybody else? All boils down to internal politics. All boils down to the blonde hair. It all boils down to the way her looks come off to everybody. Gotta be. Gotta be. If you're not thinking that, then you're probably not diving into the real issue. You're being ignorant to the real fucking issue. Dave Meltzer opened up about this on the Wrestling Observer radio show. We explained why Bliss is getting this type of treatment on television. It all comes down to the fact that they love Alexa Bliss so much and they don't want her to lose relevance. This is what he said, and I quote, "They love Bliss. They think Bliss hung the moon, and she can't wrestle, so they just figured, we'll get these talking segments to get Alexa on television, get her lots of TV time, and they feel people want to watch Bliss, and maybe some people do, not in these segments. I sure don't want to. I don't want Alexa Bliss, I don't know Alexa Bliss is cutting a good promo. I don't care why you are trying to do a 15-minute segment with talking unless you're The Rock or John Cena or Kevin Owens or something like that. I just don't think it's advantageous to anyone to have these long, talking, winded segments just because of the idea that you gotta get enough minutes of Alexa Bliss on television." End quote. Bliss is working on getting cleared for an in-ring return. Hopefully it will happen sooner rather than later. According to these people, I don't really give a shit if she doesn't come back at all, but it doesn't seem like they're rushing it at this point. At this stage in her WWE career, she might not be working in the ring, but it's still a good thing that she's on television. Yes, to the fucking people who are writing this report, I don't give a flying fuck if Bliss is not on Monday Night Raw. In fact, the show might be better. The division might be better if she's not on Monday Night Raw. Name one Alexa Bliss match that blew you away and you could go back to where you could say she's a fucking good worker, where she could carry the division, where you think she as champion is going to be head and shoulders the thing in the division that we need to push on 5 different fucking occasions. Please, someone enlighten me. I can't think of any. In fact, Bliss's best match probably came against Sasha Banks. As is everybody else's best match. Asuka's best match on Raw, Sasha Banks. Nia Jax's best match, Monday Night Raw, Sasha Banks. Alexa Bliss, same deal. Charlotte on Monday Night Raw, her best match, who was it? Sasha Banks. Everybody wants to say Sasha Banks is botch. But the proof is in the pudding. Sasha Banks is probably the one woman that you looked upon to have your best match on Monday Night Raw, and Alexa Bliss probably is in that same camp. She has done nothing on her own that warrants 5 title reigns and the leader of the Raw Women's Division. Clearly, internal politics. Clearly. Or some other nefarious bullshit. I don't give a flying fuck if Alexa is on television or not. And what I speak is the truth. You guys know for a fact it's true. WWE needs to start pushing the women equally instead of giving preferential treatment to everybody else that they deem, oh, we like this one better than that. What is this? What is this, a fucking high school fucking prom queen situation? Or are you running a wrestling fucking promotion? It's 2019 now. Get with the fucking program. Obviously, something that gets with the program every single time they do one is NXT with TakeOver. Now, we all know the controversy and the fan opinion of WWE moving TakeOver from Saturday to Friday night, and everybody's got to voice their opinion. You guys know how I feel about it, and yes, I do think that WWE is afraid of just a little competition and having their shit pushed in. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn number 5 WrestleMania weekend went on sale this Friday, and the show sold out in seconds. What the fuck did you expect to have happen? Really, what was going to happen? What did you expect was going to happen? Everybody that was going to that New Japan show was going to go to that New Japan show. Okay? Everybody else that wanted wrestling during their Saturday nights, they had no other place to go but TakeOver. And by God, my goodness, what a consolation prize that is. If you can't go to that one, you're probably going to get the best TakeOver card of all time. There's no way Triple H was going to allow New Japan Pro Wrestling to one-up him with TakeOver. Now, I honestly do think WWE is afraid of just a little competition. Now, that's not concrete. That's just, that's me assuming. I would not put it past them. But they moved it because of their reasons, saying that it gives the fans of the WWE product a little bit more leeway. So, I don't understand that, or they're doing it for the fan. Whatever the fucking case may be. Crock of shit. PR garbage. We all know why they moved it. And if they did not get a major fucking name like The Rock for the Hall of Fame on Saturday night, then I don't see the reason to move TakeOver from Saturday night to Friday. I'm not talking about you guys. You guys go have a blast. Now you can go to the New Japan show and TakeOver on Saturday night. God bless you. I'm not talking about you people. They didn't do it for you. If you thought that WWE moved TakeOver for you, you're a fucking idiot. They moved it because they don't want TakeOver to be in competition with another rival promotion who are in the same city holding a huge event, right? It's the 3rd biggest event of the entire fucking weekend. They don't want, well, in WWE's days, they don't want their number 2 event being pushed in by the number 3 event going on that weekend. And that's the way I see it. So it sold out in seconds. It was going to sell out in seconds if it was on Saturday night competing with New Japan. Doesn't matter. Okay? So whatever the case may be, now you get to watch it on Friday, and then we get to watch New Japan on Saturday. There you go. Everybody's fucking happy. But the root of the issue is WWE didn't want competition. Simple as that. Sticking with the NXT theme, man, Tegan Nox. We all know Tegan Nox from the Mae Young Classic where she blew out her knee. If you guys watched that as it was happening, that was a very emotional moment, probably one of the most emotional moments of the entire year for WWE. And kudos to Rhea Ripley, man, who did not crack 1 ounce of sympathy, maintaining her heel character throughout that entire situation, man. So what a professional she is at the young age of 22. Love Rhea Ripley. But Tegan Nox revealed via Twitter, in a Twitter message, that she went to the doctor last Thursday for a knee scope after cleaning it out, and she can now bend her knee a little bit better, but it still hurts a lot. Now, it is a matter of rehabbing her injury and getting back to perfect health. Hopefully, Tegan Nox will be able to heal up quickly, because any downtime in pro wrestling isn't a good thing after all. I don't think that's going to be a situation that Tegan Nox has to worry about. Rehab has come, and it's become more intense. Bending my knee kind of hurts a lot. I swear I can't even explain some of the noises I make other than it's like an exorcism. But day by day, it's getting stronger, better, and bending more and more. Injuries are never good, but it seems to be part of the game when you're in pro wrestling. Superstars put their bodies all on the line for our enjoyment. It's not easy for them to get back up and keep going every single time. It's very good to see Tegan Nox is in good hands with this extraordinary medical assistance. And she goes on to say, and I quote, let me pull up her Twitter here. She says, and I quote, anyways, the main reason for the scope was that we hit a little bump where bending my knee was becoming a slight issue, all of which is pretty common with numerous meniscus tears. However, thanks to the incredible surgeons, the knee has been cleaned up and bending way more than before. With that said, rehab has become more intense. Bending my knee kind of hurts. And genuinely, I don't know what I would do without the amazing medical staff at the PC. They push me to give me all 100% of the time, but are always there to help comfort me when I feel like I just want to quit or feel if I have no more to give. They become a family away from family, and it's awesome. I've said before, this is 80% a mental game and 20% physical, which is definitely showing after the scope. But it's getting better daily, and I'm just super thankful for my friends, family, and the staff at the PC, because I know I couldn't do this without them. I'm not entirely sure when I'll be back, but I'm hoping to make this summer a lot shinier for both you and I. So in a nutshell, I'm getting there. P.S. I really love the dog videos where they put narrative on them, so feel free to send them for any distractions. End quote. I don't think Tegan Nox has anything to worry about going on into the new year for WWE. In fact, I would not be shocked if WWE books Tegan Nox. If she's back and ready to go for the Mae Young Classic, I would not be shocked if she wins the Mae Young Classic in 2019, because honestly, per reports, it was supposed to be Tegan Nox winning the entire Mae Young Classic this year. She was supposed to be in the finals against Io Shirai. And then WWE had to reroute their plans for Toni Storm to win the match. And they figured, well, with Tegan Nox out, let's do Toni and Io, and we'll give them a match that that you've seen on the independent scene. Not nearly as good as anything that they've done in the past, but we'll give them something between two relatively knowns in the wrestling world when it comes to female wrestling. But Tegan Nox was supposed to win that entire tournament. And when she blew out her knee, like I said, WWE had to reroute the plans. So it would be an unbelievable story. And the way Tegan Nox and Rhea Ripley were going back and forth, Rhea Ripley was ripping into Tegan Nox with the injury and when it happened and playing off on it with social media and Twitter. With Rhea Ripley coming into her own and becoming the UK Women's Champion, beating Toni Storm, I would not be shocked if WWE allows Rhea into the tournament and she gives us an even better performance in 2019 and we get a finals if Tegan Nox can remain healthy, if Tegan Nox and Rhea Ripley. I would not be surprised if WWE gave Rhea Ripley the UK Championship over Toni Storm to build her up as a credible female talent in WWE so that she enters the Mae Young Classic next year and is even better than she has been to go up against Tegan Nox, and Tegan Nox overcomes everything and wins the Mae Young Classic next year. That is a Cinderella story in itself, and I would not be surprised if WWE goes that route. So, people are afraid that you might lose your position with a devastating injury like this. With the care that Tegan Nox has for her and the inspirational words that she said Triple H told her after everything happened, she's going to win the tournament next year. And if she don't win it next year, she's going to win the tournament eventually. So she's going to be a major player if, and I hope she does, she could get back healthy in WWE. Finally, guys, we're going after this story. PW Torch is reporting that WWE is looking to sign lesser-known indie talent because they are trying to figure out who's going to be a big name before they make one for themselves on the indies. Man, if it's not WWE plucking the well-known guys on the indies, now they want the relatively unknown guys before they make it big anywhere else and give any type of spotlight to whatever promotion around the globe, man. WWE, man, they got everything on lock. This is desperation. Grade A desperation. They're looking to sign lesser-known talent because they're trying to figure out who is going to be a big name before they make one for themselves on the indies. The idea is to lock down wrestlers before they break out on their own and become more attractive to indie promoters. This also might help WWE lock talent down for a smaller price. So that they make them into big stars and yet they're paying them minuscule salary. I see. WWE has a lot of big plans for the next few years as their company continues to expand. As it turns out, they not only need names to excite people, but they're also looking for more homegrown talent that they can build from the ground up. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear you going out and signing independent talent for smaller contracts so that they could be contracted to you so that they don't give spotlight to any other promotions out there. So you're pretty much going to go the easy route. You're going to sign them before they get big so you don't have to worry about paying them big money when they get big somewhere else. I see you, Mr. McMahon. I guess it works. It's a good business move. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not, but I'm going to sit here and tell you how I really see it. It's desperation. How much more talent do they need? They can't book the talent they have now. Where's all this talent going? What I worry is that NXT is going to become too full. You got talent down there that's not even being used. Not even being used. So when you bring in more talent, then that talent that's not being used gets pushed down even further. You know? I don't know what's going on with WWE, but it seems like they are in high alert mode for any other promotions, All Elite Wrestling, Ring of Honor, New Japan, who might get serious and might want to start snatching people up for themselves. WWE wants to stop all of that at any cost they can. Whether it's like this, finding lesser-known talents, bringing them in for a cheaper price, not allowing them to raise their stock so that they have to pay X amount of money to get them, and to keep them away from everybody else. So WWE, man, grade A desperation is going around here with all of this situation going into 2019. Like I said, Shane Strickland's coming on into the WWE. He's just got a tie-up now with Lucha Underground. WWE, I'm sure, is looking at certain MLW talent. I'm sure they're looking at New Japan talent. We talked about WWE looking at Kushida. Obviously, they got their eyes on Omega and the Bucks and Rhodes to see where they end up and what their plans are. It's going to be a big deal, man. We've heard a lot of names being linked to WWE. We got Pentagon and Phoenix. We got MJF was even talked about. WWE's looking at MJF. You know? It's just ridiculous. What are you going to do with all this talent? So, we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, now it's crunch time. As soon as we get through Wrestle Kingdom, it's going to be a very interesting January. Very interesting. Because by that time, the Bucks contract's up. Kenny Omega's contract's up on January 31st. Cody Rhodes is wrestling his final Ring of Honor appearance this coming weekend against Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor Championship. It's going to be a very interesting situation. I can't wait to see what happens. And I hope this is given to WWE. I really do. I'm getting out of here, guys. Thank you so very much for all your support this weekend. And I will be back on Monday with more right here on the channel. Monday Night Raw review to kick off yet another new week of insufferable television, I'm sure. Everything outside of NXT, of course. But please make sure you guys follow me on social media, man. At JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Make sure you guys go get your JD Club t-shirts, man. Bonfire.com. Link is down in the comment section, pinned at the very top. Make sure you get it. Today you got till 11:59 p.m. to get your shirts, and they are gone. Please go get your Barbershop Window t-shirts. Barbershopwindow.com/off-the-script code BSHOP10 for 10% off. Harrys.com/script for your free trial and $5 off the holiday gift set. And then audibletrial.com/off-the-script for 30 days free of their service. One free audiobook of your choice. And if you guys don't like the service, you get to keep your audiobook for free and you can cancel within that 30-day grace period, man. Thank you all so very much. I'm getting out of here, and I'll see you guys on Monday for Monday Night Raw review. I'll talk to you later.